Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Just saw a good movie. I liked it at least. In the Land of Sinners and Saints, Liam Neeson. I never say his name right. Liam Neeson. I can never say it right because I always want to say Leslie Nielsen from way back when, from the Police Squad and the Naked Gun. But this is Liam Neeson, who's been in a lot of stuff, the Taken movies, The Phantom Menace, all these wonderful things. The Taken movies, did I say that? Yes, I did. And for about the last 10, if not 15 years, he's pretty much been making the same movie over and over again, where he plays like an older guy who's been a bad guy. He's been an assassin. He's been a murderer. He's been a henchman of sorts. And now he's trying to do the right thing because some kid is in peril. And guess what? Every time he makes this movie, I see it and I like it. He's making the same movie. Just like AC/DC makes the same album over and over again for the last 35 years. And Liam Neeson makes the same movie. It's taken a variation on a theme. So in this one, the variation is we're back in time, 1974, Ireland, small town, whatever the fuck. Some cars coming over here looking at me like an asshole. But basically, we're in a small town and in Ireland, and the IRA has these people. Now, see, this is stuff that I don't fully understand. Full disclosure, all these world politics, I've heard of the IRA. I believe I don't want to offend any members of it, obviously, but it's Irish, or is it Ireland, like a rebellion, or whatever the fuck. But basically, the Irish were looking for liberation from whoever the fuck, and they were like kind of I don't want to say, I don't want them to get angry if they're still around. But in any event, the IRA has these people, and they are not the good guys in this movie. But what I like about this movie, but yes, you should see it, okay? If you like drama, if you like shoot 'em up movies, but at least with this one there's a real story behind it, which I enjoyed, and real character development. And what I really liked about this movie, several things, I'll probably give it 4 fucking stars, by the way, is first off, where do I even begin? The lady playing kind of the bad guy, but kind of not. Carrie Condon, I was not familiar with her work. She did that movie a couple of years ago, whatever the fuck, In the Land of the Banshees, which I never saw. People told me it was boring. Somebody said, oh, you should watch it just to tell me how boring it is. Well, if you're telling me how boring it is, why do I need to see it, okay? But she's a very good actress, very intense face. If you ever saw the movie Highlander, where the village lady tells McLeod that he's been possessed by the devil. She kind of has that possessed look in that scene, that actress from whatever the fuck, 1986. This Carrie Condon has this kind of possessed face this entire movie. Like, she's really into her acting because she's very convincing. Her brother is a real jerk. He is an abusive man. He abuses, if you follow this, Carrie Condon's character's, Darren, I think her name is, her dead husband's sister lives in the village, and that sister has a little daughter who this brother asshole is abusing. And that's what enters our Liam Neeson character, who's basically like a bounty hunter or an assassin. He goes around killing people that have gone around killing people. And we kind of have this opening scene where his latest, hit, his assignment, knows that it's coming because that guy's killed people too, and he's begging for mercy. And well, he's not really begging. He's kind of accepted that his death, and he's telling the fucking, our guy here, Liam Neeson's character, hey, look, you should escape this line of work. I got out of it late in life. I try to redeem myself, and I'm going to sing. And now Liam shoots him and he falls into a grave, and he does the really mean thing where, like, you make someone dig their own grave before you shoot them and bury them. You know what I mean? That's intense. Make someone dig their own grave and then fucking shove them in. So all this dramatic shit, all these assholes who kill people trying to find redemption and sing at the town pub. And what I liked about, another thing I liked about this movie is the shades of gray. You know what I mean? Like in Soul Man, there's not just black and white, there's shades of gray. There's not just red and white, there's shades of pink. In this movie, you know, the bad guys, sometimes they feel guilty that they killed somebody, sometimes they don't. You know, it's one of those deals where like the people kill people, but then they kind of feel bad about it. And so they all feel like they have some motivation, including basically our villainess here, the Carrie Condon character of Darren. She feels like she's fighting for the liberation of Ireland. We're fighting for the liberation of Ireland. God fucking damn it. We're not going anywhere. So she's all, you know, into the cause and all that good stuff. But sometimes she loses sight of her own humanity. And the fucking Liam Neeson guy, what's he fighting for? Well, he's trying to, not to say rectify himself, but he's trying to give his life meaning. Of course, he's got the dead wife thing too. I've discussed this in other films. If you want to kind of make a bad character a human, you say that they have a dead spouse. And, you know, ever since the spouse died, they've been all fucked up about it. So that's why he's become a killer. And an interesting little thing in this movie, early on, some cliches were broken. We see the guy, you know, go to his boss and say, hey, I want out of the killing. And like typically most movies, 9 out of 10, oh, he's trying to get out of the mafia life or he's trying to get out of the gangster life and they won't let him out. So then the guy has to like fight and to try and get out of the gangster life. But here, the boss man's like, okay, you're done, you're retired. So it's like kind of a nice departure. But then he finds a reason to kill again. And the reason to kill again is because, hey, you can't abuse a little girl, can you? So, you know, now, just me, but the little girl's mother, who's the bartender, the barkeep in this little town, I thought the guy, Liam, was going to make a play on her, but he didn't. The only love interest he seems to have is with this kind of woman who's like holding on because her husband's about to die, but he's not quite dead yet. So she's like, you know, the nosy neighbor, but they kind of have these tinges of romance at times or whatever the fuck. Some good character development. You know, it's a nice small town story. And furthermore, another thing I liked about this movie, the movie takes place in an era with none of these things that I'm using. No smartphones, no cell phones. There's an actual payphone used in the film. There's no goddamn computers in the movie. No, you don't sit there in the movie theater and watch some asshole typing on a laptop with the fucking Apple on the back of it. I hate that. I hate fucking going to a movie, paying money to watch a movie, and some fuck is in the movie on a goddamn laptop computer. That's not cinematic, assholes. I don't like seeing a movie where they're texting. You know, I've referenced this before. 50 Shades of Grey. Movies were the worst, where the characters are texting each other and they put text blurbs on the screen. That's not cinematic, assholes. It's really not, okay? So I like a movie where I guess nowadays, this person just sitting here looking at me, yeah, go away, okay, you fucking weirdo. These days, I guess they have to make movies that take place in different time eras because all of the problems in these films of communications and missed call or whatever the fuck, missed things, now you just text some asshole or whatever the fuck. So, I mean, I think these movies need, I think we might see more of these movies that are taking place in other eras. This one, Love Lies Bleeding, that I just saw, that took place in 1989. This one takes place in 1974. Because the creative challenge with modern day times is every asshole's got a cell phone. And so every solution is, you know, why did you stay there while the killer killed you? You could have called 911. Or why didn't you take a picture of the ghost and then show everybody? Because everyone's got a goddamn smartphone now. So we have to go back in time to previous generations where people didn't have these goddamn phones to make the movies interesting again, okay? So I liked it. Also, I just did, you know, and like I said, Liam Neeson's playing the same character. I did like the fact in this one that all these different characters have different motivations. Liam is trying to pass on the story that he's learned in the first 10 minutes of the film about finding something to do with your life besides killing people. He's trying to re-teach that lesson, to pay it forward to this fuck, this other guy who's kind of a young, hot-headed killer guy. But the young, hot-headed killer guy, he just can't get over himself. He can't get out of it. And so, you know, We know that there's certain characters in this movie are not going to live the distance. Some of them are going to fucking bite it. And of course, our guy is going to live. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed the film. What the fuck? I mean, I just thought it was good. I guess I'm kind of a mark, meaning I'm susceptible to these Liam Neeson films. I mean, the guy's got to be pushing 70 years old now. I mean, it kind of might be past 70. Like I said, for the last 10 or 15 years, he's playing the same asshole over and over again. The killer who redeems himself. Yet I enjoy it. I enjoy this procedure. You know what I mean? Like, I find it good. Like, I mean, when I saw the fucking the little graphic for this fucking movie, I didn't watch the preview. I didn't read the blurb. I'm like, okay, I know what this is gonna be. Liam Neeson, helps some kid and does some shit and kills some people and, reflects upon things and redeems himself. It's the same goddamn movie he's making over and over, except he makes it very well. So that's why these assholes keep making these movies, because they're good ones, okay? So there won't be any sequel to this thing. There doesn't seem to be a need. But high-end quality movie, high production fucking values, you know what I mean? Like, they did a nice job with the picture and the quality and all that horse shit. The theater did a nice job with its presentation tonight, the auditorium. I was on a phone call right before the movie started, and I got in just as the movie was beginning, like the opening fucking, production company listings and stuff. I missed Nicole Kidman with her AMC Theaters routine, which recently has been modified. If you've been taking notice, it's been rebooted or revamped or re-edited. Yet, once I got into the theater and got settled, it was good because I missed all the previews. I didn't have to sit in through previews, but I didn't miss a minute of the movie. I did take a facility break at one time, but I don't think I missed anything too potent or whatnot. And everything was great and wonderful. So there you go. I still have not seen Godzilla vs. King Kong. That's the wonderment, folks. I mean, I try to explain this to the people that I know in real life. No offense to you fine folks. I try to explain, well, Mike, how do you afford to go see all these movies? Well, assholes, I just tell you every goddamn time you ask me that I get these subscriptions, these movie theater subscriptions, the AMC, the Cinemark, the Regal. They're all wonderful deals. You basically pay pennies on the dollar to see all these movies because you pay a monthly fee. And then the asshole will say, well, I don't go to the movies that much. Well, shit for brains. If you go to basically 2 movies a month, you come out ahead. But these assholes don't listen to me. So then they just go see the occasional movie, pay full price, and they wonder what the fuck's going on. I try to explain things to people. They don't seem to fucking get it, okay? So anyway, the movie was very good. I enjoyed it. No complaints on my end. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good and dramatic and all that happy horse shit. One thing I will bitch about is, but it is one of those deals where, like, the Irish accent's a little tough to understand, isn't it? Like the fucking Irish accent, it's English, but it gets a little heavy, but you can't really do anything because, you don't really want to subtitle the movie because they are speaking English. It's just, and they're doing a good job. If you can't understand what the fuck they're saying in this Irish accent, this brogue accent, then yeah, okay, then they're doing the fine thing. But it's like, at times, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And also, some of the history and some of the politics of this stuff, it escapes me. And I give up on trying to figure it out because I don't even think the people involved, either in the movie or in real life, have it all figured out. Similar to world events going on now, folks. I'm not going to go into a political discourse. It's just that these things are so complicated that if you're trying to get a 30-second soundbite out of it, you're not doing the problem justice, because these issues and these grudges and these rivalries are so seeped in history. And this person fucked this one, and this country screwed that one, and these people oppressed these people. It's so intertwined and intertangled. I mean, you could look at it from so many variations. So it's all just corrupt and god-awful across the board. Man's inhumanity to man and all that happy horse shit. But that's why we have the cinema, to escape and see it on the big screen, where it's entertaining at least. So I give this young woman, or I guess she's not that young, she's 41, Carrie Condon, I might have to give a fuck and look into her career, and it looks like she's done a lot of stage stuff, but she's also been apparently nominated for Academy Awards for that, Banshees movie that I never saw, and all these other things. But I think this is the first time I can remember seeing her, enjoying her in a full fucking movie. Who knows? But I thought she was great, and I thought that the other characters were all did their part, and happy horse shit all around. So, Liam Neeson, once again, the producer, the director, tip of the old hat to you, fellas. So if you want to see my fucking films, go over to One Man in the Camera Films. You might be saying, well, gee whiz, Mike, we heard you're a wonderful acrylic artist and your abstracts are getting rave reviews throughout the world. Well, yes, then you would go over to one artist, Mike Messier, and gee whiz, Mike, when you were younger, they called you Mike the Wrestling God. Please tell us where we can find your pro wrestling information. One Pro Wrestling and Sports fan. And everyone's excited. And gee whiz, Mike, we'd like to read your books. Well, okay. Go to MikeMessier.com, scroll to the bottom, and all my wonderful novels are listed there. Okay, which you can purchase on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and other outlets. Fine booksellers, as they used to say. And I think that's about it. So I've said my piece. Once again, good movie, Liam Neeson and Associates, MikeMessier.com.